Hey everyone, this is First Warn Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Brad. Panovich, Stanley Cup Finals on NBC Charlotte right now. We will probably be on late tonight, which is probably good for me because I'll be up late tonight because, as you may or may not have heard, we have a tornado watch in effect for parts of the foothills, the northwest Piedmont, and the mountains. But I'm going to tell you why I don't think the tornado threat is really that high, even though I do think the severe weather threat is high. Let's get into the nuts and bolts of what's going on. Here is the tornado watch. Everything's shaded in yellow, or excuse me, red. Yellow would be a severe thunderstorm watch. You can see the county shaded in red. That's a tornado watch. That does include Avery, Ashe, Watauga County, Caldwell, Burke, Alexander, Catawba, Iredell, Wilkes, pretty much all of western North Carolina essentially is under a tornado watch until 3 a.m., wee hours of the morning. Now, let's review. What's a tornado watch? People get this confused. If I can give you one thing to remember, a watch means conditions are favorable for severe weather to occur in and around the watch area. In this case, we're talking about the possibility of tornadoes. The outlooks, advisories, that's what I was giving you this morning. If you watched my blog or you follow me on Facebook or Twitter, we've been talking about this really since last night, the outlooks of possible severe weather. If there is a tornado spotted on Doppler radar or by trained spotters, then a warning is issued. This is a pyramid. We start low and work our way up to warning. So remember, watch is below a warning. Watch is kind of self-explanatory. Watch for severe weather. Once a warning is issued, that means it's imminent or it is happening. I still think our primary threat overnight is actually damaging winds. You are actually 9 times more likely to be impacted by a damaging wind gust tonight, 58 miles an hour or higher, than you are a tornado. Doesn't mean there's not going to be tornadoes. It just means the chance of a tornado is, let's say, 1 to 2%, whereas the threat for damaging winds is somewhere on the order of 25 to 30%. So you're much higher risk of running into damaging winds tonight. I think part of the reason we're seeing the tornado watch issued is to raise awareness, because these are going to be strong winds that develop tonight. You can see we've already got a couple storms that have developed in the mountains and foothills. So far, these have not been severe. There is a little bit of lightning to the northwest of Boone, some rain in Lenoir, but overall, there just isn't a lot going on there, not even a lot of wind. Maybe some heavy rain. The bigger concern, I think, is actually going to be what's going on back to the northwest in parts of Kentucky and Tennessee, where you do see a couple tornado warnings in Tennessee. I think we're going to see a pretty massive line of thunderstorms develop later tonight and arrive in the mountains probably around, I would say, midnight to 1 a.m., and that's going to have the threat for damaging wind. So you can see the initial waves, we probably could see some isolated storms. We'll have to watch for rotation here, but this thing that develops back here is going to be one of those thunderstorm complexes that will likely produce damaging winds. So there's 8:30, there's your isolated storms, but watch the storms move into the mountains and foothills by 2:30. A lot of them weaken and then kind of fall apart by late tonight. So I don't want to downplay the threat at all. I just think what's going on with the Storm Prediction Center, they're being overly cautious with the nighttime severe weather setup. You can see we could have another round late tomorrow afternoon. So the timing I'm thinking for storms, even though we have some right now, the severe stuff is going to be between 10 p.m. and midnight in the mountains, 2 to 4 if they hold together for the northwest Piedmont and down into the Charlotte area. And if they're still around, maybe 5 to 7 in the morning. So that's kind of my thinking right now on the severe weather. Of course, I'll keep things up to date on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, WCNC.com, the Weathercaster app, while you're watching hockey. And of course, if anything changes, I'll update it there or break into hockey. God willing, I won't have to do that because I will make a lot of hockey fans mad. But hopefully we'll try to do it during a national break and won't interrupt hockey. That's the latest. I'll see you after the game.